What's good, guys? So this is part three of getting stop rated. So as you can see here, maybe you can't see, but this is not a win. This got stopped out, and then we hit take profit one, probably gonna hit take profit two, and basically missed out on, let's say three R today, roughly. I don't know what the exact would be. Pretty unfortunate, and we literally got stopped out by Trump tweeting about Iran and freaking news for the third day in a row. Pretty unfortunate and getting to me a little bit, but I mean, my inputs were correct. I traded like a 10 out of 10 today. Yesterday, if you've seen that recap, it was maybe a 5 out of 10. Could have been a lot better, but today was a solid 10 out of 10. Very, very solid day. Very happy with today's trade. So basically, if we go into the day, market opens right here. We get some move down. So on NASDAQ, we had SMT. NASDAQ, that same move down was this. And we came down, did not break structure, but we swept the New York lows. And then we got a slight move up here, and then 5-minute retrace. And we were already bullish, and we didn't break to the downside. We got pretty close, but we did not break to the downside. So I wasn't needing a 5-minute break to the upside to enter this. I was just needing the movement up and then the retrace and then 1-minute break of structure. And then we would be taking out ES because the more bullish pair, and it did not sweep the lows. So this right here is the movement down that got the sweep basically. And then the retrace, or the movement up, and then the retrace, the 5-minute retrace here. And we're just looking for a 1-minute break of structure at that point, which was this candle. And we got put in, I think we accidentally got put in a little bit higher. So my original stop was right here, and target was here. That was the original play. But since I put market, we're literally down here, and then we shot up to that point, this higher point of entry right away. So I had to move my stop a little bit closer, and we went right around there basically. So we got 50% of the way, maybe 60% of the way or something to take profit here, as you can see once we entered. And then Trump tweeted literally on this candle. We can pull it up actually. I think it was a tweet, or it was the White House, but it says the White House, Trump extended Iran ceasefire for 5 days. So if you can see this, these red lines, basically two boxes. So I guess that the candle before, also towards the end of it, there was also something Iran discussions. So those two things came out and it tanked. I don't think this was just normal price action. I definitely think it was just the news, because this candle was huge and we just kept going lower. Basically reswept the already swept lows, just like we did on Monday, I want to say. So there was no real reason for that since we already got the full setup. So there not a reason for that. So I don't think it was anything like just the market doing what it was doing. That news came out, and I don't think that's a coincidence that came out at the same time. But we literally just stopped me out and then continued higher, take profit one. We would have gotten stopped out here at break even, but I feel like if this whole move down didn't happen and it just kept going up, I think we would be much higher and the retrace would not have stopped me out. So we'd technically still be in this. I don't know what's going to do from this point on, but I mean, we would have been at 3.5R. I think I was going to have a take profit in the middle of this. I don't think I was going to hold all the way to the top. So yeah, we would have had to take profit here, and then maybe got stopped out at this take profit, just to give you guys an idea of what the trade would have been. But we would probably have averaged like 2.5R maybe on the day, depending, but who knows what would have happened. So, I mean, a textbook trade. One other thing that did happen is we were I had my eyes on this 15-minute inverse for value gap right here. So market opened was like right over here. At this point, we inversed this gap, so looking bullish 15 minute, and we came down. We got that sweep, but we closed inside of it, so it was respecting that. ES did not. It was like slightly below it, but if one of the pairs did, I mean, that 15-minute inverse isn't like something I need on my setup, obviously. But if one of the pairs did it, it's just a little bit extra confirmation, confidence to the trade. So that was just another thing I had in mind. So this was a pretty like playbook solid trade for me. I don't think I could have executed any better. It's just super unfortunate with the market. And so that if you were paying attention to my journey, basically recently, we were on that 4 loss streak, followed by the 6 win streak, and then now we're three losses in a row. And all the losses in that period have been on the full risk, the new full risk, and then all the wins have been on the half risk. So that is pretty unfortunate. And we're with these just 3 losses because we went back to the full risk. We lost basically everything that we made in the 6 win streak. So it's pretty unfortunate. We're still barely positive on the month. We're up like 800 on the month, but we were originally up 10R. Now we're up 6. And we're originally up like 4,000, and now we're up to 800. So pretty sad. I am pretty upset about it. I know I can't control it. Can't control these markets. I can only control how I execute, and I did well today and Monday. Yesterday, not exactly, but I still did get stopped out from the news, even though I could have entered better. So it's tough to see. I mean, it's going to be some psychology and trading character building, I guess, and it'll benefit my future to go through this now instead of losing it with, man, I want to be risking 100,000 per trade one day, and to lose 300K this week, that's a lot worse than losing 3K this week. So we didn't even lose full 3K. Yesterday was lower risk, so 2,700. So we would have lost 270,000 down the line potentially, and this week it's 2,700. So I'd much rather take these lessons while I'm on the low risk, not just the lessons of executing incorrectly, but the lessons of prioritizing your inputs over your outputs in the markets, because that's like one of the biggest things I've been trying to drill in my mind, that I can't control the markets. The markets are going to do what they do regardless of your position. You can only execute correctly, make sure that your input into the market is the highest probability it can be. And I think I did pretty well so far on this week doing that. I'm not sure what the rest of the week holds. I think pretty low on news the next 2 days. So we'll see if we can get this turned around. I mean, one solid win could make back basically all these losses. But I mean, whatever happens, I'm just going to execute. Even though it's really hard and really upsetting, I'm going to execute as solid as possible for how many trades. And I mean, by statistics, by my years of data, I should have this turned around and we should be going back into profit. It just might be slower than I want it to be. At this rate, I might not increase risk starting next month. We're going to see what happens for this week and next week. If I can close the month positive and more profit than the following month, and with good execution, I'd be solid at upping the risk and continuing for next month. But I mean, at this rate with this new stuff, not loving it. So we'll just see what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna today get some back testing done. Gonna get a lot of psychology work done. Try to get this loss out of my mind. Yesterday, that loss was bugging me pretty bad, and then there's just a point where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna drop it, and we're gonna focus at the task at hand. I did that, and I didn't even have that mention of that in my mind for the rest of the entire day. So I'm gonna basically try to do that today. We got a lot to do today. Gotta work at my job today, and yeah. So we'll get through the day, and we'll be prepared for tomorrow, whatever tomorrow brings for us. So that'll be it for today, guys. Do something to get 1% better, and do something to achieve more of what you're trying to achieve, and push the needle further every single day. Catch you in the next one. Peace.